Once a shadowy figure in the ranks of Al-Qaeda, Abu Muhammad al-Julani now wears a suit, smiles for the cameras, and claims to be Syria's savior. But behind this carefully crafted image lies a dark truth, one drenched in blood, betrayal, and terror. Born Ahmad Hussein Al-Sharaa, Julani was never meant to be a man of peace. He cut his teeth in jihadist warfare, rose through the ranks of Jabhat al-Nusra, and led countless bloody campaigns during Syria's civil war. Now, rebranded under Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, he wants the world to forget, to believe he's changed. But Syria hasn't forgotten. In just 48 hours, over 1,000 civilians were slaughtered. The worst massacre since the fall of Bashar al-Assad. Women were stripped, paraded through the streets like trophies. Christians and Alawites were hunted down, their only crime existing. This wasn't a revolution, this was a purge. Calculated, systematic, and savage. At the center of this horror, Ahmed Al-Sharaa, now president of Syria. His rise came on the heels of Assad's collapse, brought down by a lightning-fast offensive led by HTS, a group with deep roots in Al-Qaeda. Sharaa, the former jihadist, didn't just assume power, he took it by force with the same ideology that once cheered the 9/11 attacks. Now, with a throne under his feet and blood on his hands, the world is finally asking, can a jihadist ever truly change? Or is Syria now ruled by a wolf in a politician's clothing? The evidence is harrowing. His forces swept through Latakia and Banias, targeting minorities in a chilling act of sectarian cleansing. 745 civilians dead in mere days. 428 Alawites executed not for their politics, but for their religion. Their names erased, their communities destroyed, their history annihilated. And it didn't stop there. A wave of revenge followed. Anyone linked to the former regime, from security officers to supporters, was executed. 125 security personnel and 148 pro-Assad fighters were dragged out and shot. These weren't casualties of war. They were targets in a campaign of extermination. And the orders? They came from Sharaa's own circle, from the very men now calling themselves a government. Entire towns have been reduced to ashes, electricity cut, water blocked, aid denied. The people of Syria are trapped in a nightmare, and the man they're told is their leader is the architect of their despair. Yet on international platforms, Julani plays the role of the modern reformer. He speaks of unity, moderation, peace, while his boots stomp the last embers of resistance. This is not leadership, this is genocide. Voices from the West are beginning to rise. The United States has condemned the slaughter, standing with Syria's Christians, Druze, Alawites, and Kurds. Even former U.S. Representative Tulsi Gabbard issued a chilling warning long before the world caught up. This man danced in celebration on 9/11. He ruled Idlib like a warlord. And now he parades as a president? Why is this acceptable to anyone? The truth is undeniable. Once a jihadist, always a jihadist. Syria was promised a new dawn. Instead, it's been dragged into its darkest chapter yet. The streets of Idlib echo not with celebration, but with silence, the kind that follows death. Survivors live in fear. Dissenters vanish. Journalists rot in prison. And Julani, he smiles, shakes hands, and whispers of democracy, all while the blood flows beneath his feet. The question is no longer, who is Abu Muhammad al-Julani? We know who he is. The real question is, how many more must die before the world decides enough is enough? The time for silence is over. Syria's fate hangs in the balance, and the world is watching.